I really didn't want to jump to race because I felt so bad. You know what I mean? I didn't want to call people, oh, you racist. I feel like that's so mean to call someone an actual racist. But like, I really didn't know. And I was like, really, is my voice that loud? And I really tried to whisper and stuff. And somehow I would always get in trouble for talking. And I was like, maybe I just stand out to these other people. Like, maybe like when you turn your head, you just see the brown skin, you're like, that's the person I'm just going to go for. And I just really noticed that some people not have it out for black people, but they just, they feel threatened. And I can't change that. There's nothing that I can do except for talk to someone about it. And I felt throughout my years at Head Royce that I felt really attacked. And I talked to people about it. I talked to many teachers about it. And many teachers denied it, but actions speak louder than words. You know what I mean? And I think when there's a group of black kids in one corner of the class, and there's a group of white, let's say there's a group of black kids and white females in two different corners of the class, right? If you had to choose one to punish, I mean, it's like that's kind of what I felt. I was like, you guys are just punishing me because it's the easiest thing to do, and you're thinking that I'm not gonna say anything back. So I felt that all the time, and I felt that I was very much so attacked, and I told teachers, and I was like, I told teachers straight up, like, I'm not gonna take this anymore, and I'm not going to. I think that if I should respect you, you should also respect me. Yeah. Maybe I should respect you as an adult, and you should respect me as a student, but don't take my time away and my classmates' time away for talking to me when everyone else is doing something. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to be the martyr for this situation. And I think that's kind of where I got to, in the sense where I was so fed up that I kind of not lost respect, but I kind of lost like the care of other people's feelings. I just had to start saying how I really felt. I think as a minority student, if you can make it through Head Royce sanely, you get through it. I mean, at least for the time that I've been here, kindergarten through 12th grade. Yeah. If you can go through that and you come out fine, you come out with a path, and you know what you want to do, I think you're ready for the world. It's nothing. I can see by me being at this school and all the different things that at the age I would say, because I think a lot of things for me happened in lower school, middle school. At the age I was, me experiencing all those things, I feel like I can do anything. And there's nothing that you can tell me at this point that's telling me that I can't do something. Like you tell me I'm not going to do well in the class. I think the teacher told me, like, you're not going to do well in this class. And now, you know what I mean, like my grade was not the strongest. Yeah. Totally. And I was like, yeah, I'm right, you're right. I'm not doing well at this time. But in the sense of the me kind of getting older and me kind of getting more mature, you're not going to tell me what I can and can't do. Yeah. I've done it all. I feel like I've done it all at this school. And I feel like I'm going to be successful because of this school. And I think I applaud the school for the good and the bad experiences. And I think that's the kind of thing that made me more mature. And at this school, as a minority, you're not gonna tell me anything. I have done it. I've done bigger and better things than inside the classroom and getting a grade. Right. I've kind of experienced and find out who I am, and I don't think that can match up to any grade that I can get from any teacher. I think that it's not the ideal number, but I think it's better than what it was. You know what I mean? I think there's a time at Head Royce where there weren't a lot of black people, and we've made progress. I think I would love to see more black staff, more African American staff. I think, especially teachers, not just staff members, not just people that work with Heads Up, not knocking their time like working with Heads Up. Yeah. But it's different seeing Miss Pryor than Mr. Moore, in the sense of Miss Pryor is giving me the information that's going to help guide me on my future. Now, Miss Pryor's a teacher. Yes, Miss Pryor's a teacher. Mr. Moore works with Heads Up. I love Mr. Moore to death, but there's nothing in the classroom that he can do to help change. You know what I mean? Like I feel connected to him, but I would feel more connected if Miss Pryor's teaching me about U.S. history. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think that's kind of the one thing I would love to see: more black staff, more Mexican staff. Like there's a lot of different races out there than just black and white. Yeah. And I think just having a more diverse staff would bring would make Head Royce more diverse, and it would kind of bring a more diverse mindset to the school, which can always help. I think if I came back in 10 years, I would like to see. Yeah, I think it'd be a more diverse staff, and kids wanting to learn outside the classroom.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing in head voice. We're very content with learning inside the classroom, and kind of, I think that I would love to see kids go up to teachers and say, why do you say this way, or it's out of love instead of out of being mean or out of kind of mocking someone. I think there's a difference between saying, oh, you look like this, why are you doing that way, and really being sincere about, like, hey, I want to know why your hair is that texture. Like, is there something that, I mean, I don't know much about it, and I would love to learn about it. And I think that's the kind of thing I would want from students and teachers, to kind of just get to know their environment and their community more. And I think that's what I would like to see in 10 years. I think I have been insensitive about other people's identity when it comes to gender and sexuality. Part of it is because of the things I do outside of school. I'm not around a lot of gay people, a lot of different people of different sexualities, and people of transgender. You know what I mean? Like, I was never exposed to that, and two, without Headworks, I would have never known about that stuff, or that's a thing.
Yeah.
So I thank Headworks for that. But I think when I was a lot younger, I was a lot of, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean you're gay? You know what I mean? In a sense of really confused, because I didn't know that was a thing. And I think that's kind of when I was just like, and kind of looking back on it, like, ooh, that's kind of bad.
Yeah.
But I think that's kind of been my major points. And I think it wasn't me being harsh or being really rude. It was me being really confused in the sense of, like, that sounds really defensive, but me being really confused in the sense of, like, I just didn't know this was a thing. And I think that's kind of when I've been, like, kind of mean. I would say a little mean about other people and other people's identities. Every time I see someone graduate with the BSU, kind of the thing around, I don't know what it's called, the thing around their shoulders, I get really proud of our race. You know what I mean? There's a lot of times before this, we can go to history books, you can say all this stuff, but I mean, we're not supposed to. As a black person, I'm not supposed to graduate from an institution like this. And I think every time I see someone graduate, I'm like, you know, like, I'm really proud of them.
Yeah.
And I might not know them, as they might not be my best friend, but I think as just a collective black love, I'm so proud of them for kind of just sticking through it and graduating, because there's a lot of people that I know that don't graduate, that don't get the opportunity to graduate, that died before they graduate, that are in a different family structure, so they can't graduate. So I'm very proud of my race whenever I see someone graduate and go on to a higher schooling or a higher education. My beliefs, I feel like sometimes I can't say how I really feel in the school, because we are not a liberal school, but in the sense of, I was grown up a lot of differently than the ways, in I would say the recommended ways of growing up.
Yeah.
So I can't really say how I really feel about punishment, about kids and parents relationship, father son, mother daughter. I can't really say sometimes all that, so I kind of have to draw back from those situations, and I think that's kind of when I don't have that's when I kind of feel like that's not really my voice. But at the same time, it's lovely to hear what other people have to say, and sometimes it's good for me to say, like, to step back and just listen instead of always speaking. I think as a school, we need to be committed to change, not just change for a moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think we should buy in to say, if we're gonna change, we're gonna be accepting. Let's be accepting. Let's not be accepting for a day or a week. You know what I mean? Let's be accepting at all times, and let's reach out. And I think that starts. To be honest, I think that starts with the students, and I think students setting the culture for the school. Indian people can't be the only people that fight for Indian issues, and Mexicans can't be the only people that fight for Mexican issues. Like, we need to all be together, fighting together, and changing the way at least our school is. Like, maybe once we change the school, we can change Skyline, which is uphill. Maybe once we can change Skyline can change Foot. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, like, if it starts with us, because I feel like at this time, we are one of the more powerful schools in the Bay Area, just about how liberal and how open we are to new ideas. And I think if we had a change as a school, and if we all bought into some form of change, into making a change, we could do so much.